Everybody's got opinions. We want to know what's yours. This is Everybody's Got Opinions with Keith D. Williams, former Wayne County Commissioner and political consultant Skip Mungo. We're going to take what you say and put the whole world on blast. Don't go away.
Welcome to Everybody Has an Opinion. I'm Keith Williams, and my co-host is Skip Mongo. We both political consultants. We both play in politics. That's who we are. The show is about just we want people to call in at 395-336 and give their opinion about the subject matter that we're about to talk about. Today, Skip, I want to talk about to the listening audience is both parties ready for brothers like me and you?
When you say both political parties, the main political parties, Republican and Democrat,
are they ready for black men like me and you?
No.
Why you say that?
Because look what happens with you and I every time there's a big election. We're always looked over, pushed to the side, or people call us to come in and play cleanup. Always. So, no, man, I've been at tables where they don't want, they'll mention certain names. Oh, no, we got to stay away from them. They too controversial. While we sitting back, man, getting our butts whooped.
Right.
They rather look good losing as opposed to us getting out in the streets, man, rolling our sleeves up and getting dirty. You remember the mayoral campaign prior to the last one. how we rolled our sleeves up, got out there in the streets, and almost flipped it. But we didn't have enough time and or resources. But again, that's because people at those tables, man, during the presidential election, Hillary Clinton, I'll never forget, I was at my brother's spot, his little speakeasy. And, you know, all type of people come through there. So just so happened there was a lady who was running Hillary Clinton's campaign in Michigan. She was over Michigan. So I had a conversation with her, and she's, you know, she knew the last name, Mongo. So she's like, why aren't you with us? Why aren't you on a payroll and this, that, and the other? And I'm like, no, we're going to do something about this. We're going to get you, we're going to get you involved. We're going to have you set up. I'm like, listen, all of that's good. I know your heart is in the right place, but I think of Jennifer Granholm, who she had to answer to. The moment you go to her and my name, they're going to cross it out. No. Okay. Never heard from her again. She came from Louisiana by way of California, running Michigan's campaign up near Kalamazoo. No votes on the western side of Michigan, none. Should have been right here in Detroit. I had that conversation with her. I've been in campaigns, and this speaks a little to what you're saying. I've been in campaigns where, I'm the only black in the room. I'm the only Detroiter in the room. And they'll argue you down and I'm talking about Democratic campaigns, Democratic candidates. Detroit is really not that important. We don't need to spend all our resources in Detroit. And I had to tell a guy one time in a meeting, openly, I'm like, you know what? As much as I hear that, I know at this point you guys go home and you pray that Detroit loses its standing in the Detroit is the Democratic Party in Michigan. Without Detroit, no Democrats could win. However, again, I don't think that they're really interested in winning all the time because they lock brothers like you and I out. We know where the votes are, how to get the votes. Keith, when you ran for county commission the first time when you won, and you campaign places where people dare not go.
Average politician wouldn't go.
Tell them about the story. You walked up on some two brothers or a few brothers shooting dice in the garage.
Yeah, me, I'm not scared. I'll walk anywhere to go get a vote. I think it was off of Dexter. I think it was on Philadelphia. They was in the garage, and they were shooting dice. And I asked the brothers, I said, do y'all vote? I said, I don't want to disrupt what y'all doing, but do you vote? And they started laughing. I said, 7-11. They had the dice. Right. 7-11. He said, brother, you know about it? I said, brother, I grew up around gangsters.
Right.
Okay. And so when I say this to Skip, I say it like this. I've been in both parties. I've been a Bill Milliken Democrat, a Republican, and I'm a Democrat through and through.
Sure.
When I got in Republican Party, I saw two things. I saw something that their focus was on. Their focus was on capitalism. Okay? And I'm gonna give you an example. The Republican Party, you gotta have a membership to get in, and the Democratic Party wants to keep you on the plantation.
That's right.
Okay? They don't want you to own no businesses. They want you to be subservient to the policies that they are pushing down our throats. Republican Party is about capitalism. They're about money. So I said, why can't you have the best of both worlds? Social justice and economics.
That's right.
Okay? And so my whole philosophy is in these Democratic politics, they're focusing on issues that are germane to them.
That's right.
Such as, you think about it, they playing this abortion issue. I ain't mad at them for that. Every woman should have the right to choose her own destination.
Sure, that's right.
I ain't mad at them when the other movements out there getting what they believe is just due to them. But why, when I want to run a business, I can't find anybody to help me run my business?
And then when you look at you summed it up perfectly. This Republican Party right now today, they're interested in capitalism, very conservative, extremely conservative.
They want to keep it all to themselves.
Right. But what's the difference in them and people at the head of the Democratic Party?
They want to keep the resources to themselves.
Did you look at Nancy Pelosi? I'm pretty sure there's 6 or 7 or 8 zeros behind that first digit in her bank account.
They said she is worth about $60 million.
$60 million. And
right.
she's been a public servant her entire adult life.
Right. So
she came from a family of public servants.
Yeah, her father was mayor of Baltimore. She's been in that game. So what I'm saying to you is this. I'm here on Auburn Street, 12901. I'm a businessman. But I do want to make sure that everybody can eat.
That's right.
Everybody get a chance to have a great education, get access to health care, all the things that we strive to say we want in a democracy.
Absolutely. And let me say this. I appreciate, Keith, this platform. I really do. Because just like the question that you threw out, do they want brothers like us at the table, basically? They don't want to. That's why
strong brothers.
That's why this platform is so important over here on Auburn Street, because now it gives us a voice where we normally stifle, shut down, not only by Republicans but by Democrats as well. You know what I'm saying? So, the Democratic Party, the difference in the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, because a lot of people look at you and say, "Oh, he used to be a Republican. Oh my God." Man, what's the difference in the Democratic Party? The only difference is now this Republican Party. But I'm talking about this Republican Party has.
They're going to another level.
Yeah, to a whole nother level.
Yes.
This don't even resemble.
The Bill Milliken Republican Party reached out to Coleman Young and said to do business.
That's right.
In 1978, that was my first taste of politics, Skip. Mm-hmm. Lowell Perry, who was my quarterback in high school, his father was a moderate Republican. Mr. Lowell Perry, who was going off to glory, and his wife, Maxine Perry, who's my mother. She's like my second mother, man. I love her so much. She helped me get acclimated to the political ways of doing business in the party. But these folks, man, let me say this to you. I was languishing trying to get in business, man, because my approach, when I got out of college, I went in sales for a company called Moore Business Forum. It was the largest foreign company in the world, and I didn't know what that was.
Right.
But every business need a form. There's 9 key operations in the business, and each key operation, you got to have an invoice, a sales slip, and those kind of things. And that introduced me to a world I did not know.
And which you should have been known about it, because, but who introduced you to the world? The Republicans.
Yeah, Miss Perry, them, my parents
bless us
were Franklin Roosevelt Democrats.
That's right.
They were.
Most black people were Franklin Delano Roosevelt Democrats. The ones who weren't became Lyndon Johnson Democrats.
See, really, the federal freeway system came through Eisenhower. Eisenhower integrated the armed forces.
Truman integrated the armed forces.
Whatever, okay. Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is this, that, you know, I ain't mad at what Franklin Roosevelt done. He gave us some important stuff, Social Security,
welfare,
labor laws.
To kick us back, mind you, give him a history lesson. Franklin Roosevelt came right in the middle of the Great Depression. Yeah.
Yes, Depression. But the policies that they espoused were not for black folks, but it was for the general public.
That's right.
It was never for us. But they couldn't get around us until they found out our vote was needed.
That's right.
Up until 1958, black folks were Republicans.
That's right.
There was under Roosevelt.
That's right.
Eisenhower.
But again, listeners, this Republican Party doesn't even resemble that Republican Party.
This would happen. The Republican Party changed when the Dixiecrats and the Democrats moved to the Republican Party.
There you go.
That's how they brought that racist stuff to the Republican Party. Republican Party's always been about commerce. Yeah, both parties got racist folks in it.
Tell me about
Southern
it.
Democrats still, some Democrats still play conservative politics. But my thing is this: black politics to me is about taking care of black people.
That's right.
It's about
And it's needed because black people are always forgotten about after the election.
Yes.
Like we talked about Malcolm X's, the ballot of the bullet.
yes.
Man, one of the greatest civic lessons in history. Seriously, I urge everyone to listen to the ballot of the bullet. And it talks about exactly what you're talking about.
Skip, I know for a fact, it ain't what I know, is what I've been through. When I was in the Republican Party, I met a guy named Tom Dupree. Tom Dupree was a part of he was chairman of the Ottawa County Republicans. Okay, when Bill Lucas ran for governor, that was the only county that voted for Bill Lucas.
Really?
Yes, his name was Tom Dupree. So we got to know each other. He got me acclimated to the Republican ways. I've been to Republican conventions. And
I've been to a Republican convention.
So this is how I got involved. They introduced me to Bill Schuette. Me and Bill Schuette became friends.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we have a call on the line, but this is the deal, man. So when I wanted to go in business, you know what Tom Dupree said? If you move to Muskegon, we'll get you in business. Okay? So we got a call on the line.
Did you move? Oh, he
Okay.
lost him.
So this is what happened.
Who was that called in?
Ken Scott.
Oh,
Ken
okay.
Scott.
My man.
He's out there just selling that real estate. But let me say this to you. I went up there, they asked me to move, and I moved up there. This is what happened. How I got up there, Tom Dupree had a meeting with the bank. With the bank, Muskegon Bank. I was sitting where you sitting? I was sitting over here, and the president of the Muskegon Bank was sitting there. So they got to talking. Tom said, I got this African-American young man, very intelligent. You know, he went through the whole spiel. And so the guy asked me, how much money you need?
You fresh out of college?
No, I was out of college, and I was just trying to find my way.
I got you. I understand.
I wanted my own printing company because I worked in a major company, and I saw how they was manufacturing and stuff. I said, why can't I do it? So I needed a place. I couldn't get nothing out of Detroit. They ran me out. It was all local politics that didn't want a brother like me who's born and raised on Livernois and Puritan on a street called Homer Street. Now I'm the only child out of 9 to finish high school and finish college. I always been the odd man out. So I went to Muskegon, and the guy said, how much you need? I said, $150,000. I said, you got it. When you gonna move? Not knowing I should have asked for more.
But you didn't know.
Then when I got up to Muskegon, the white folks hated me and the black folks.
Wow.
Because I was an outsider.
That's small town politics.
That's small town
Dangerous.
politics.
Yeah.
And I came up there, got something what they couldn't get.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you, I ain't saw a Democrat yet told me, Keith, I'm going to come over here and give you all the resources you need.
Well, how much money you need?
How much money you need? They told me and asked me, it's in my book, A Black Man's Journey to Success. My book is coming out. I was working. Skip, I didn't have the hookups. I didn't go to the best schools.
Right.
I didn't go to prep schools when I was young. I went to the school system that made me the man I am today. But Frederick and Lena Williams made me the man. So all I'm saying, Chris, Skip, I have not had a Democrat yet to come over and say, I'm going to help your business. Only one person tried to, was Ernie Lofton. He gave me a contract. I hadn't had a contract since.
Tell them who Ernie Lofton was.
He was vice president for UAW department. But I tell you, one man is trying to help us is Dr. Ivory at Wayne County Community College. That's a bad brother, man. He's connecting education to prosperity.
We need to get him on the show.
We need to get him on the show.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I absolutely see
So
what you're
that's why I say, Skip, does the Republican, the Democratic Party want brothers like us? I ain't into that social movement. I'm in the economic movement.
Yeah,
so what's your thoughts?
Now,
brother?
I'm going to tell you, there was one Democrat, and we need to go and take a page out of his book. We probably need to start a third party here and call it the Coleman Young Democrats.
Yes.
Coleman Young certainly believed in economic prosperity.
Yes.
He got a few family members of mine.
Yes.
A lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But however, let me say this. Coleman Young would do wrong for you, meaning this. He'll cut a few lines for you. But once you at the front of the line and you're about to get what it is that you came there for, or he sit you down and tell you, now I've done wrong by you, but you better do right by my wrong. You don't go out here and embarrass me. Do the work. And again, that's nothing special or anything. That's what, it's like, don't embarrass me. I'm giving you a shot, and don't make it bad for yourself in the future, which a lot of people do. So, but after Coleman Young, what happened, man? Who became the de facto leader of the Democratic Party in Michigan? We had another mayor that followed Coleman Young.
Dennis Archer, he was way out. He was
from
in
intelligentsia.
He was in from the black bourgeoisie.
Yes,
and he catered to that. And then Kwame came in. I thought it was going to be a prosperous moment. He did his deal, and he got some issues. And and it is what it is. I'm not going to try to relive that.
Right.
But from that point on, I thought Dave Bing was the businessman, and that turned out to be a disaster.
Dave Bing was him and that council. They were nothing but 10 financial managers, man.
Yes.
When he got to office, everything. Look at the things. Let's visit this for a second. What are the entities that the city of Detroit lost under the Bing administration?
Detroit, the city of Detroit, we went bankrupt under it.
We lost the zoo. Cobo Hall.
Yes, we lost everything.
We went bankrupt. Belle Isle.
Yes.
Yeah. And don't tell me what we did or didn't do when we had it. Because when we had it, we took care of it. Right out to Belle Isle now. Tell me the difference in Belle Isle now than it was 20 years ago. There's no difference. No, it's not. And it's a state park. They don't even stop you at the front. You can just ride on the island like you normally can. Only difference is the people who are policing the island.
As I said in my earlier show, we're being occupied. This is number occupation.
Yeah.
We've been occupied for the greater powers who are ruling this situation. But let's get back to this. I'm a capitalist Democrat. Okay, I believe in ownership. You get ownership, you get wealth through home ownership and ownership.
That's right.
They don't talk about that. They talk about $15 an hour.
Yeah.
They talk about all the stuff that don't put no wealth in your pocket.
All the stuff will keep you
broke. Okay? And then you got entities that people don't look like us that swooped down on Detroit, from the nail business to the beauty supply business to the liquor stores to the gas stations, and we on the outside looking in our own city. But it's Democratic control. But guess what? The person in leadership is making sure everybody else get tore up but us.
Yeah. It's a hell of a thing, man.
It's a hell of a thing.
And when we talk about us, we talking about citizens who stayed in the city of Detroit when everything else left. Everything. And again, I hear people parrot what people say, around, well, when y'all had it, man,
but they done had it for 100 years.
200, since 1701. And drove it in the ground.
Yeah.
I heard Coleman Young say, listen, man, the only reason I became mayor because nobody else really wanted it. Man, they were running out of the city of Detroit. Remember, it was a saying, well, the last person who leaves Detroit, turn off the light.
Yeah. But guess what? You think about it. During the Black Bottom days and 3, man, we never owned any buildings. We didn't own nothing. We was living in squalid conditions, but we made it work.
We made it work.
Black folks are always making something work. Man, that when they did 375, that was the biggest transfer in wealth in the history of the state of Michigan. Then you come up to the riots. They was in on the skullduggery on the riots. They let us tear it down. They got the insurance and fled to Oak Park and Southfield. Okay? Then after that, you got the school takeover. Skip, they took over $1 billion, $2 billion operation.
Took it over. Depleted the funds and gave it back.
The funds. It happened on the Democratic watch, and it happened on the Republican watch.
That's right.
It happened on the John Engler, then Jennifer Granholm.
That's right.
But they're all sitting on in nice, lavish houses. Jennifer still is as Secretary of Energy, and she played us.
Still sucking from the public trough. Yeah.
But guess what? We get kibbles and bits.
Yep, I would love to see her net worth.
Yes, Skip. We keep getting kibbles and bits. And they always say this is the most important election of our lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay, but black folk, y'all just get in line. We're going to give y'all a few dollars. But by the way, all the wealth is going to them.
And when Hillary lost, the Democratic Party pointed fingers at black women. They say black women let us down. Black women didn't come out to vote. Black women didn't push Hillary over. Not white women, not white men, but black women.
Yes.
So again, like you said, every 4 years, this is the most important election of our lifetime. Yeah, we got to get out to vote.
No, right.
Man, please.
Man, the wealth is being distributed, and we sitting down there. Look what they did. Man, the skullduggery, man. We got check cashing places in our hood. We got rent-to-own in our hood. We got gas stations selling bad meat, and stores selling bad meat in our hood, and we sit up here, and then you go downtown. It's like you in a different world.
A different world.
But guess what? We got to stop complaining.
Yeah.
You know, I posted this today, Skip. That's what I posted today. I said the intelligentsia has forgotten about Bewick and Mac.
Yeah.
Okay, now go and Bewick and Mac, all the dilapidated buildings, all the land that was houses once resided, guess who done bought it? My cousins. Our white cousins and bought it.
Yeah.
Okay, they riding their bikes, they got their dogs, and they got the land.
And so you might look and say, well, what's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But no, let me tell you what the problem is. The resources.
Yeah.
Those who control the resources. Don't think for one moment that black folk who grew up over in that neighborhood,
Right.
who had homes over in that neighborhood,
Right.
do you really think over the years there's not at least one person who went to a bank and said, listen, this is my vision for this neighborhood.
Yes.
And they turned them around.
Yes.
Fast forward years later,
Right.
somebody come in from outside of the city of Detroit and say, hey, you know what? I want to move in the city and this is my vision. And they write them a blank check. They do like the guy told you up in Muskegon. What you want?
He told me, he flat out,
What you
he
need.
said, Keith, what you need? Skip, I was so perplexed. I didn't know how to answer. I said, I need it just came out my mouth.
Right.
I need 150,000. If he's gonna give me 150,000, I should ask for $1 million.
Yeah, he would have found a way to get it
He'll find a way to get it to me.
That's right.
Because I got validation from an old white Dutchman,
Yeah.
Tom Dupree, who's
Yeah.
going home to glory. I don't have